This video tutorial will demonstrate how to use the most common features in Empire Expense. In this video, we are going to demonstrate how to add an expense row, modify an expense row, delete an expense row, submit and approve an expense sheet, correct an approved expense sheet, and set up expense sheet options. Let's begin. First, log into your account. Go to the Time main menu. Select the Expense tab on the left-hand side menu. To add an expense sheet row, click Add Row. This will allow you to add an expense entry and associated information to your timesheet so you can begin tracking expenses spent on a specific project. Let's begin by filling in the expense row information. Select a project from the commonly used project smart list or type in the project name. Select a task or task list from the commonly used Tasks Smart List, or type in the task list name. Select Payment Options from the drop-down menu. Input where you did your work, or select from the list of predefined locations. Under Currency Type, select which unit of currency you used for this expense. Next, input the date you incurred this expense. Input the amount, as well as the rate of exchange. Users should note that the rate is locked at a rate of 1-to-1 conversion unless it's mileage or the user is a multi-currency user. Click Add New to save your data, or click Clear to discard your data. Now review your entry. A new row has been added to your expense sheet. You can add or edit amounts within the row. To modify an expense entry, check the expense row and make your edits by updating comments. The gallery is a place to store all receipts. That way, you can select whichever receipt you want and attach it to whatever expense you want. Check the Upload Gallery option and then click to add files. Please upload only TIFF, PNG, or JPEG files under 500 MB. Then click Upload. Your new file is uploaded into the receipt gallery. If you want to attach a specific image to a particular expense row, select that image and then attach it to the expense row. You can also delete the image from the receipt gallery by selecting it and clicking Delete. Now close out of the gallery. You can upload images directly to the selected expense row. You can preview the receipt on the right-hand side. Users can add more images to the currently selected receipt. You can also change the expense amounts directly in the cells within the expense sheet itself. Now click Save. Next, I'll show you how to approve and submit an expense sheet. Click Approve to approve all expense entries on the current expense sheet. If the user only has submit permissions, the link will say Submit, and the time status is updated to show Status awaiting approval. If the user has status to approve their own timesheet, the link will say Approve, and the time status is updated to show Status Approved. Next, correct a row. Click the correction level icon to show the expense sheet at different levels of corrections. For example, correction level 1 out of 2 will reveal the expense sheet at earlier stages. Correction level 3 out of 3 will show the expense sheet at the latest level of modification. Click on the correction icon. Make your corrections using the in-cell editing. Note that the status has changed to active and the correction level has been updated. In a corrected expense sheet, you can also delete and add new rows. To delete a row, check the specific row and click the delete icon. To modify a row, make your corrections and then click Save. Once you complete your edits, click Save, and if you're complete, then submit or approve your expense sheet again. You can also customize your expense sheet settings. Click on the Setup widget to open the Setup Options panel. There are many expense sheet configuration options in the Setup panel, including setting up your mobile device. Change your options, and then click on the Save button to save your new options. This concludes the tutorial on how to use Empire Expense.